And here we are, sinking. Green flag. Here we go. Mutter has a brilliant start, to be honest, compared to Martin. Overtakes even Mike. And now it's a battle of Lars. Lobkov. No! Oh, shit. Okay, it's a bit bumpy. It's a bit bumpy. Let's go with Martin here for a second. What a move! What a move indeed. Into the braking zone now. Very, very different in comparison to the practice where it was completely dry. Martin puts it side by side for the inside there. I believe all of that you see here, the warning signs up there for the names, means that everybody kind of cut somewhere. That track is moist, and to be honest, we had a test race right before that. For the UK, I would call this dry. The practice race we had before that, the test race, the track was really, really full wet. And then it dried up again. So if the chicane there is not completely filled up with water, then all good. All good. As for Lobkov, he had to take third place as Martin made the move into P1 right at the chicane. Now Mutter and Martin are battling it out in the front there. Mike is right behind here as well. Just let's get that in for a bit. Lars seems to have a bit more problems here in the rain. He wasn't part of the test race, so this is valuable experience that he is missing right now, while everybody else does know how to push properly in the all-weather tires. I also hope that Lars has all-weather tires. He might be on slicks, which could provide a very, very good later half of the race. Because the rain is going to go at some point. The track is going to dry up. If fully or not, and if it rains again, that is the big, big question. Side by side, Mike versus Lobkov, and Mike makes the move round to the inside at the chicane. Beautifully executed. Now Lobkov is in the back. There's still that warning sign, which means he has to slow down or he gets a penalty. 1 second. I prefer this layout than the hairpin. Me too. Me too. I like the... I don't like the other one as well. I haven't driven the one with the hairpin too much. But when I did, I didn't like it. So now it's unfolding, and now Lars is actually getting a shot at Lobkov. Yeah, the full layout just adds pointless hairpins. I agree. I'm not sure how much is actually done there in terms of racing. Do you see a lot of overtakes there even? Like, does it add to the action of the race? I don't see. The elevation changes on them is tricky. Overtakes happen there, yes. Okay, then maybe it's good that they're there. I don't know. Oh, Lobkov slightly going wide, and I think that was off track. That was off the wide line. Has the nose in the front. He gets bumped just a tiny bit. Lars versus Lobkov. And Lars makes it to the outside. Beautifully done. Side by side as well is Mike and Mutter. And Mike makes the move. Is in P2 now. Has 3 seconds to catch up with Martin. But once the track dries up, I felt that the skill level was very different from full wet to drying track to then dry track. I think I had Lobkov when the track was slowly drying up. I was catching him quite well. But then when the track was almost dry, this was a bit of a problem. So let's jump in with Lobkov, who is in the back now, who seems to have a bit of a problem in the rain, while in the dry he is an absolute monster. And now you can see that the chicane is actually filling up with water, and that's going to be interesting later on. Muda, I think, just went over, going a bit wide there out of the chicane and going onto the grass. Tries to defend. Lars has the nose in. Looks to the inside there for a bit. And is now properly pressuring Muda very soon, I would assume. And Lobkov puts the pressure on Lars as well. Muda going wide again. He has to be careful. You don't want to get a drive-through here. Although it was said that drive-throughs in the wet, the system doesn't really work that well on Project Cars. And since you are much slower in the wet than in the dry, you kind of can get away with cutting in the rain, since slowing down is like automatic here. It's actually accurate for someone's the Wicked Witch of the West. Ah. Oh, and we have a spin! We have a spin! Lobkov loses the car at the start of the chicane. Spin. There it was. He's in the back now. Has to catch up now. The battle is here. The battle is absolutely here between Muda and Lars, while Mike is catching up. Slowly catching up to Martin, it seems. Breaking point here in the wet was very, very weird. And oh my, what a move! What a move round the outside! That was millimeters off of the line where it would have penalized him for the cut. Still very, very close. Lars got it back. The tables have turned. The turns have tabled. Absolutely. Side by side yet again. Look at those two legends. Lars and Muda approaching the hairpin. Lars is braking as late as he can, I would assume. And Muda has to fit behind and is catching up yet again. Mike is catching Martin for sure now. I'm not sure about the exact measurements. Oh, a bit of a bump. A bit of a back bump. Is Lars still there? But Lars makes a full-on rotation. Gets the car back. Muda is waiting a bit. Lobkov goes through. That is a bump. We don't have immediate replay. What a race. Indeed. Indeed. Side by side, we just saw a bump. No, I don't want to go out of the race. Right click is such a bad button to go out of the race. And out. So now the closest battle is Mike versus Martin, and Mike is catching up. The machine, Mike van der Voort. Lobkov hopefully catching up soon as well. It has stopped raining. You don't see the wipers going at it. It's still wet. The track is going to dry up a bit by bit. We have 20 minutes left in this race. It can still rain in the later parts of the race. But for now, it has stopped. It might be the calm before the storm. And Mike has to catch back up to Martin now. Nobody has a penalty yet. That's very different from the test race, where people just drove a bit more all out. But now that it is 4 points, the official race 2 of the ignition, the people are careful. And Mike lost about a second there. Unfortunately. He might get that back. He is getting back into the loop. Slowly catching up with Martin. So far, the meta is all-weather tires. That was also the meta for the race 1 at Nürburgring. That you push through the rain and then you stay on it. But a pit stop when it actually dries up completely could be beneficial if you can catch up afterwards. In terms of the timings, as you see, we're driving like 21s at the moment. 22s, which is about 6 to 7 seconds off of the dry tire times. But the track is still wet. You wouldn't drive that with slicks now, would you? We'll have to see. The drying part actually was the most beneficial for the all-weather tires, since the more it dried up, actually the faster the cars got and the more they made up in times. Me, myself, I made up a lot of time just by driving very, very straight line. Almost caught up with Lobkov there in the end. Martin, who at the test race had a 7-second penalty. I almost got him, but I didn't make it in the end. Mike is back at a respectable distance of 2.3 seconds. And he is catching up now rapidly. That's another 10th there after one turn. That's another 10th there after a turn. So it's safe to say that every lap he is making up half a second to a second for sure, if he keeps on at it. And if you take this turn really well, look at that. Look at that. How much time he made up. He does have a warning sign, so he might have to reduce his speed a bit. Otherwise, he might get a 1 second, 2 second penalty. Frankly, I'm not sure. People tried putting hooves in their slicks to help with the rain. I'm full of great ideas. I don't know. You might have to ask later. Mike's last lap was over a second faster. And at the moment, I think the warning sign just means that there was a cut and that the lap time is not recorded. But it could be a variety of things. Mike is now fairly close to Martin and is probably going for the move fairly soon. And if you take that turn here, if you have a good way out of that turn, you're set. And we might actually play a bit with the cutting system here. Go into, I believe, second. Get into third here. down the line, down the back straight, approaching the chicane. The chicane was usually in second gear. I'm not sure if Mike does. Yeah, Mike does it in second gear as well. Doesn't hit it as well, I believe. 0.7 away from first place. Mike wants it. Mike needs it. What's also interesting is to see the battle for the podium right now, as Lobkov is closing in on Mutter with 3 to 4 seconds in difference. And that will probably be a battle for P3. So far, Lobkov is about a second faster. Thirsty driver just needs to lean out of the way. Yes, they definitely get a mouthful just by opening the window. That gets washed right in. Right in. And now Mike tries it on the back straight. Second gear on it. Takes the outside there. He makes the move to the inside. We go into the braking zone. And Mike, if he had to brake for the inside, he actually has a bigger puddle. So he didn't make that decision there. The only way for a successful move here has to be before the chicane. NASCAR race about to start if you want to leave it. No, I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm driving it even if it loses me something. It's okay. It's going to be practice 3 minutes and quali 5 minutes plus 1 or 2 minutes. I just hope I make it for the race start. If not, then not. $10 minutes gap. Yeah, about. But it's 12 minutes left in the race. I asked if he could push it, but it's 2 races anyway, that's true. Now Mike is at the same position again. He might have to push for the outside there. If Martin lets him. Has a way better entrance to the turn, and now he's at it. Now he is at it. Same with Lobkov for P3. It looks like they are quite close as well. They will fight very, very soon in the next few seconds. And Mike throws it in. And they are so close to each other. And Lobkov already made the move. I'm afraid we just missed it. Mutter made a mistake. It's 5 seconds away, and Mike loses it on the curb. How unfortunate. That battle is over. Broken off. Ay, yay, yay. Then let's jump into something completely different. Let's go with Mutter right now. I'm not sure what happened here. Something awful must have happened. Because his last lap time was a 31. They might have clashed. Send your replay to comment on if you feel like it. We can do it after the NASCAR if you want, Yodaka. Might be... Is that an idea? Yeah, Mike lost 7 seconds in the process. That's very, very unfortunate. He can get that back in about 10 minutes, but... I'm not sure if Salvador is driving. Maybe someone can ask Salvador in the Discord if he can stretch the training by like a minute. Like, if he stays out at overtime and does a bit longer, same for qualifying, then we should hit it. Mike is catching up to the first place, which is Martin. Mutter again going over on that turn. That seems to be a bit of an issue today. Or he just takes it like that. That might be it. He is on par with his best lap, slightly faster. Mike lost some time again, 9 seconds now. Last lap, which he had the accident, was a 28. Now he did a 19. But Martin is putting the throttle down. He is getting quicker and quicker. Lars now has Mutter in its sight. We will see if he sees it, yeah. I just need him to push maybe 1.5 minutes in practice. 1.5 minutes out for quali. Oh, and Lars goes over. Doesn't lose it, but goes over. Ay. He said he can't race it. Bah! And Aditya's also not feeling it. Shit. Yeah, I might only make the second race then. Sad. How many people are driving? Can somebody get back to me on that? 3 seconds for Lars. Let's go in the cockpit. He already sees him. Eight. We will restart practice for you. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That is huge. That is huge. Saved. Tromke gets to race, to live another day. In 7 minutes, I'm there. That's so cool of you. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Mike is still catching up. Can he make up 6 seconds in 7 minutes? Make that 5.5. Mike is running. He's running 17s right now, while Martin is running 19s, and he's getting faster. He is not done yet. I hope you're ready. Oh no! Mike! Commentator's curse. God damn it. We're back at 7 seconds. This has a crazy amount of like overtakes and like issues with losing it and so on. Oh, we have enough fuel, but we do. I think we have, yeah. We have enough fuel for sure. Six minutes left in this race. Quite lonely for most of the people out here. Oh, that is when you cut. That is when you cut. Then your name blips up red. So Mike just cut. He has to reduce his speed. Otherwise, he will get a penalty of a second. Lobkov is getting closer and closer. Mutter actually cut now as well. So now we get into the cutting issue. Since the track has dried up completely now, Mutter has to reduce his speed, and Lars is knocking from behind and saying, I'm here. You better be ready for that. Brakes early, Lars, except Mutter does not. Overshoots slightly. Has to reduce his speed now even more since he cut that. Gets into the slipstream. And Klesba, that is like a difference of night and day if you can make it from P5 to P4. I think it's 4 points. It might be 4 points. Side by side, makes the move. And here we are. I don't think Mutter can take that back. Lobkov is getting closer and closer to Mike now. And I don't think Mike is catching up with Martin anymore. Might be wrong about that, though. Might be wrong about that. You never know. Martin might encounter a problem. Mutter tries for the outside, tries for the inside and makes the move here. Really, really good. Lars did not do a cut there. All good. So it's 2 minutes practice still. You can join 5 minutes quali at least for 1 lap. Quali is okay, yeah. I think I will use my quali to go to the toilet real quick since I really have to. But it's okay. That's really, really cool of you. I really appreciate that. Lars Mutter side by side going over the line. We're doing 20s here. Lobkov is doing 17s while Mike's last lap was a 21. He is catching up. Wow. Such a nice race with a lot of battles here and there. Coming up that... Oh, and Mutter goes over. Slightly over, has to recover the car, and I think Lars is gone for now. Mutter has to go down in speed. And I think that was the push that Lars needed to break free. Let's look at Lobkov, who is definitely seeing Mike in the front there. 3 seconds, about. Make that 2.5. Away from Mike. That's going to be an interesting battle to the line. Into the braking zone we go. And I swear, if you take this wrong, you immediately lose a second, at least. If you take it good, you might even make some time. It's such an important turn. This one as well, if you can keep enough speed, as well as the turns that lead to a straight, like this one. If you make a good effort here, you get out fast enough, you make a decent amount of time. And Mutter is in P5 now comfortably, 4 seconds behind. While Lobkov is still trying to catch up with Mike. Mike tries, of course, to keep him out of there, but it's 2 seconds in 2 minutes. Close racing we had in the beginning, and the rain definitely did some. I'm not sure it would have been a viable strategy to go for a tire switch. I don't think the slicks could have really unfolded their potential. If you would have gone for that, that would have been 40-50 seconds. You would be 3 seconds faster now, but there's still some residual moisture on track, and I'm not sure that's good. The chicane is still underwater slightly. I don't think that would have made it. I don't think that would have been a viable option. We will see in the next round if the weather changes even further and makes the all-weather tire meta more interesting by just incorporating other strategies. Martin earlier had a penalty, finished P3 right in front of me. Today he has it in the actual race on the last lap here. He has 4 seconds to Mike van der Vogt. Beautiful. Yes, Augusto, Aditya threw in some gift subs. Very much appreciated. And Lobkov has to make up 2 seconds in a few last turns. I'm not sure he can do that, but who knows? Anything can happen here on Donington Park. Oh, Lobkov slightly going over. Two seconds still. And I think that's going to be it. We're going for the race winner now. WMDR Martin on the final chicane. On the straight. Start finish. WMDR Martin wins on Donington Park. Race 2. Beautifully made. GG. Destroying the car right after. That is upsetting the sponsors probably. Beautiful race. Lobkov and Mike. There wasn't a battle to the last lap. Mike sets P2 and Lobkov completes. Yes, WMDR is on controller actually. Martin is on controller. Lars joins in with P4 and Muda. Not a good race for him. The test race also wasn't good for him. Here he goes over the line. Impressive. Goes over the line in P5. I'm going to save the replay real quick. Close it. We have a 2-second penalty for Mike. Hey, does that... How close were we? No, we weren't close enough. Actually. 2 tenths are missing. Mike has a 2-second penalty. And Lobkov was 2 seconds behind. Okay, close thing. Close thing to the end then. That's interesting. Alright. Here we are. That was it. The ignition. Race 2. Beautifully done. I hope everybody had fun. Let's jump into Assetto Corsa. Let's do that right now. And hopefully we can catch race 1